Now, Foreign Affairs Chief Executive Administrative Secretary Ababu Namwamba may not be active in politics after losing his seat to RAPHAEL Wanjala, an ODM politician in the August elections, but he remains among the most popular politicians after he was rewarded by President Uhuru Kenyatta to serve under his administration. Away from his political life, Ababu Namwamba is a family man and is not shy talking about it. Now, our very own Jeff Khaemba had a sitting with him on our weekly segment Beyond the Norm, and here is a full report of that conversation.
It is a Sunday morning when we arrive at the home of the former Budalangi Member of Parliament, Pius Tofik Ababu Namwamba, the current Chief Administrative Secretary in charge of the Foreign Affairs. He is a proud owner of a speedboat that carries a capacity of 10. Namwamba sits quietly by the shores of Port Victoria, where part of it waters his evergreen compound. Ababu Namwamba was born in Jinja, Uganda to Kenyan parents and raised in Uganda and later Kenya.
I'm the last born in a family of 8. Yes, my mother managed 8 of us.
He trained as a lawyer in Nairobi and Washington, D.C. in the United States.
I spent my elementary school or primary school days here, Port Mixed Primary School, so I would walk to school. Actually, it was by a twist of fate that I ended up at Kolanya Boys. But I normally tell myself that perhaps it is good that rather than end up in some faraway school.
Outside politics, Ababu Namwamba is a public interest attorney specializing in the international human rights and constitutional law and a former columnist with leading newspapers in Kenya. He was the chief counsel at the Chambers of Justice, a public interest trust he founded in 2002 and ran alongside his law firm Ababu Namwamba Attorneys at Law.
I went to the law school, Parklands campus, University of Nairobi, and did my 4 years. Graduated with honors. Did my stint at the Kenya School of Law to do the mandatory diploma in legal practice.
A love during the teenage high school days was really confusing and demanding at the same time, especially at the times when the only method of communication was through handwritten love letters. Ababu Namwamba says he was an expert in that field.
If you liked that girl, if I was at Kolanya Boys and I liked that girl at Kolanya Girls, and the only way you had to keep in touch with this girl was to sit down, take your pen and your foolscap, and faithfully, yes, with all the feelings in the tip of your ball pen, dropping your sentiments from your mind and your heart and your soul to the paper, okay? And look for that envelope and buy that stamp, okay? And lovingly fold the letter.
His home is a display of opulence. Its living room, a library, and fashion garden show a taste for good.
I said, no, the reason why I wanted us to do this during the day, because I would have put you in this boat and sailed you away. Because I sailed these boats myself.
Serious?
Yeah, I do it myself. And perhaps we should find some time to do it together.
Even though we didn't have the opportunity to watch him play some of the big teams, it didn't take long to notice his love for sports.
I love sports.
You love sports?
I love sports, so I play football. I have been the lead striker for Bunge FC for all the 10 years I've been in Parliament. Yes, so I love playing football. I love going to the gym. I go to the gym a lot. I even have a gym in the wilderness here. I travel a lot. And I vacation all over the world. Watching football. There is a game I played in where we beat Rwanda 5-0, and I got 4 goals in that game. We played it at Amahoro Stadium, actually, in Rwanda. Then there is a game we played against Uganda in Burundi.
He has won quite a number of medals displayed in his mansion. At 43 years old, Ababu Namwamba is a man of style.
As I said, I do my pilgrimage in Jinja. I love Slovakia. I love the US. I go to the US a lot. I have family there. My brother He's married there and lives there.
He too has his lovely pagoda, which he says he is the designer. He has hosted quite a number of dignitaries, including ambassadors of high profile.
Cool off here. Yeah, cool off here. We wash away the stresses and strains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
When you are stressed.
Yes, we come here. We not necessarily when you're stressed. Even when you're happy, like we are celebrating my little boys. So they have traveled all the way from Nairobi.
They're back.
They came from Nairobi yesterday. The whole family, they left me. I've hosted very many diplomats here. I hosted the former ambassador of Slovakia, Mikhail, stayed here with his family. Yes. Christian Turner.
Away from his political life, Ababu Namwamba is a family man, and he is not shy about either.
If it is in my personal life, my highest moment is my family. My family gives me moments that you cannot describe on this Ebru TV show. Oh. I am at the birth of all my children, and I'm normally the first to receive the child straight from the womb.
Some of the lowest political moments of Ababu Namwamba is when he was bundled out of the Parliamentary Committee of the Public Accounts PAC.
And therefore, Ababu remains the chair of PAC until 6 months from now.
I have been vindicated. I have been very clear in my mind, and I'm very clear in my mind right now, that these are political intrigues. There is absolutely no substance in this matter.
To be done. Let the anti-corruption come and find out further what is happening in this committee. It is important.
Do you think you could...
My lowest moment ever was when a scandal was manufactured when I chaired the Public Accounts Committee.
Yeah, PAC?
Yes. And this, you know, one of those things that come from the blue. You don't see it coming. In politics, my highest moment is the years I have counted without floods in Budalangi. Year one.
Namwamba is currently in the political cold, having lost his Budalangi seat to RAPHAEL Wanjala.
That I find myself today right at the heart of the world of diplomacy as a Minister of Foreign Affairs. Yeah, but I never saw myself as going into politics. So I veered into politics purely by chance. I have enjoyed the 10 years that I served as a member of parliament, as a cabinet minister for youth and sports. I enjoyed that period, but it is not really what I believed I would be getting involved in. But it happened, and things happen in life.
And finally, according to Namwamba, he quotes the 48 laws of power that always make those above you feel comfortable superior. In your desire to please or impress them, do not go far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite, inspire fear and insecurity. For Beyond the Norm, I'm Jeff Khaemba.
Quite an interesting story there for Foreign Affairs CAS Ababu Namwamba. And do catch Jeff Khaemba every Thursday, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on that particular segment on Beyond the Norm.